All right, Shalom. This is Harwan Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. I want to do some edification on Daniel 9, the 70 years, and also where the scriptures breaks down about Jeremiah's 70-year prophecy. All right. So I'm going to get straight into it, man. This is Daniel chapter 1, or chapter 9, verse 1. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of the Medes, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. All right. So the reason I want to start there, because the scriptures are accurate. I mean, to the T, to the bone gristle. Because Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, this is not talking about Darius that came in power in 522 BC. All right, and that was later, about 20 years after what's his name, Daniel. So, but Daniel lived to see the whole prophecy played out. He lived to see us go into captivity in 605, and he also lived to see us come out of captivity from under the Babylonians and go into captivity under Cyrus, around where we were given some form of sovereignty as well. And that was around 540 to 539, well, actually all the way to 538 BC, when the siege was being laid on Babylon from the Persians, the Persians and the Medes, Medo-Persian Empire, which was spearheaded by Cyrus the Great and Darius, who they called Ahasuerus, which means the holder of the scepter. So Darius Ahasuerus, which was the seed or son of Astyages, which was the king of the Medes. All right. And that goes back to 550 BC, where what's his name? Cyrus the Great was made king over the Medes. Now, so you had the Median prince that was, or general that was ruling under Cyrus the Great. All right, he's the one that went in and laid siege on Babylon. So it was a prophecy given to Daniel in the midst of our captivity in Babylon. So I'm going to read it again. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, the seed of the Medes, right, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. So he was made king of Babylon. That's what the Chaldeans represent. I want to do a lesson on the Chaldeans as well. But in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of the years whereof the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah, the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. So the spirit was real heavy on Daniel around 538 BC, when Darius was crowned king over Babylon by Cyrus the Great. So around that time, he understood the words which Jeremiah spoke, years before, 70 years before, about us being in captivity under Babylon. All right, because Daniel was old. He was up there in the age when he died, around 538 or 537 BC. All right, now this is the prophecy concerning the 70 years Not the vision that was given to Daniel about the Messiah showing up and us being persecuted in 70 AD. This is a different vision that Daniel understood. The Lord was showing Daniel that, hey, you lived it, you experienced it, and that's how Yahweh Ratazah will be. At the end of this, if we are the hopeful elect, we'll look back and say, wow, the Lord really brought us through this place, through Babylon. That was Babylon, the word Jeremiah 25:1. This is the prophecy. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, right? Jehoiakim was a wicked ruler of Judah. And he was put in power by the Pharaoh of Egypt, Pharaoh Necho II of Egypt. And he was put in power in 609 BC after his father Josiah, the last righteous king that threw the last Passover. He died around 609 by the Pharaoh Necho of Egypt killed him on his way to take down Assyria and go to war with Babylon, the Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar. And Josiah stepped in his way, and he got killed. And you can read about that in the book of First Ezra. All right, so that's how Josiah got killed in 609. But then after 609 BC, you had his son, Jehoiakim, was put in power because the people didn't want to follow Jehoiakim. They knew he was wicked. So our people voted Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, I think the youngest son, the younger son. They voted him into power, and he ruled for about 3 months. But then the Pharaoh Necho of Egypt came and took him out of power and put Jehoiakim, a puppet ruler, in place. All right. Now, that's when Jehoiakim brought all the wickedness upon our people, man, and started selling our people into slavery, selling our items, all kind of shit, man, just to save his own ass. So in the 4th year, which it says, the word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, that was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. All right, so it said in the 4th year, this is when he got the vision. So I'm gonna read this. This was when Jeremiah gave his vision. All right, Daniel understood this vision in 538. That was when the decree was put out by Cyrus for all the Israelites to come back to Jerusalem and to rebuild the temple. All right. So that was 70 years. Now, so you got Jehoiakim came into power in 609. So 4 years later, it said in the 4th year, so that'd be 605. He said that would be the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar. And that's when Nebuchadnezzar started ruling. All right, after the battle of Carchemish, when he fought against Pharaoh Necho of Egypt II. And they won the battle of Carchemish in 606, going into 605. And then that's when he became official ruler after his father Nebuchadnezzar. All right, so now let's get into the prophecy which Jeremiah spoke and which Daniel actually experienced and lived through it. Verse 2, the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, so he prophesied to the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. All right. Well, actually, I think it's to the southern kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. For the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah. All right. So from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, 23rd year, the word of Yahweh have come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. Right. So, all right. So it said in the 13th year of Josiah, which it said, let me read it again. It said from verse 3, it says, from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the word of Yahweh have come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. Right. So the Lord is saying, from the time of Josiah, the 13th year of Josiah, Jeremiah has been prophesying. So let's get it, because Jeremiah, he also made it through Babylon as well. Right, the Lord protected him and delivered him out of Babylon. Now you have so 641. That's when Josiah started ruling. If you take away 13 years, you said in the 13th year, that would be 628. All right, and somewhere around there is when he threw the last Passover. Somewhere between there and 609, before his death. So he said 641, 628. Then you take away 23, it would be 605 again. And that's when Nebuchadnezzar started ruling. So the Bible is like completely accurate, man. All right. So what is Jeremiah saying? He's saying from the 13th year of Josiah, which would be from 628, even unto this day. So from 628 to 605, Jeremiah has been prophesying and telling our people to hearken unto the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and trying to get them to repent. And Yahweh have sent unto you all his servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear. They said, turn ye again now every one from his evil way and from the evil of your doings, just like we're doing today, man. Trying to warn our people. The Lord gives you a chance. And dwell in the land of Yahweh, that Yahweh have given you and to your fathers forever and ever. And go not after strange gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, saith Yahweh, that ye might provoke me to anger with the words of the works of your hands to your own hurt, making idols. Our people doing idol worship, man, worshiping the idol deities and statues of the Assyrians and of the Babylonians and the Chaldeans. All right. But our people were worshiping doing idol worship, because that was the time of the creation of the idols. You know, the establishment of the idols, and those same idols are being worshipped today by these heathens and 2/3 of our people. Verse 8. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, because ye have not heard my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith Yahweh, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them and make them an astonishment and a hissing and perpetual desolation. Right, man? Because you had the Assyrians coming against Jerusalem, and then you also had, because the fall of Nineveh happened in 612 BC, so you had Nebuchadnezzar, he was an Assyrian, and you had Nebuchadnezzar, he was an Assyrian. So all the northern families in the kingdom of Babylon of the north, right? northern Mesopotamia, or northern Babylon, northern Chaldea, if you want to call it that. And will bring them against this land. So he brought them against Jerusalem and against the inhabitants thereof and against all these nations round about, right? Babylon came up and took Lydia. They took Media, and they took Jerusalem, all right? And will utterly destroy them and make them an astonishment and a hissing and perpetual desolation. And he also took Egypt. It was a punishment on Egypt, a finishing punishment on Egypt by the Lord sending Nebuchadnezzar to take down the Egyptians. And that was a punishment on them to finish them off from putting us in slavery during the time of the Exodus. It says, moreover, I will take, how far does it go down? Here you go. And this, moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness. This is what we used to have, man. Mirth and gladness. The Lord can give it back to us. The voice of the bridegroom, marriages was happening. The voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone. It was work going on. And the light of the candles, you know. And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment. And these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. See that? So 70 years. And we went into slavery under Babylon for 70 years. So if you look at it from 605, really 606, but let's say 605, take away 70. All right, so that would get you to 535. All right, and by 535 BC, we were completely from under the hands and rulership of the Assyrians, if you want to call it that. You know, the original Nebuchadnezzar line. All right, so under the hands of the Chaldeans. We went into the bondage under Cyrus the Great, the Persians and the Medes. And by 535, we were all back in Jerusalem again, getting prepared to rebuild it. It's crazy, man. The Most High was saying, yo, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to take you down and rebuild you. I'm going to take you away from your place and then bring you back. You know, and it's going to be written that the Father can do this. I'm going to tear down your temple and I'm going to have it rebuilt and rededicated. You know? And I'm going to rebuild the spiritual people. Ultimately. And that's what the Lord was showing. Like the judgment that he was bringing on us from the time of Babylon with the Assyrians. If you, to read that, you get Isaiah in 701 BC and such. With the fall of the northern kingdom. And then you have with Jeremiah, it was talking about the fall of Jerusalem and how we fell in 605. Really before that, but 605. All right, we was under them for 70 years. If you want to be a little more accurate, you can go back to the time of Jehoiakim when he first started ruling in 609, because that's when we really started falling. All right, and that would land you exactly on 539 BC. That's when Babylon fell. But we were completely out of the grip of Babylon in 535. So, all right. So Jeremiah 25:11, and this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. All right. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, saith Yahweh, for their iniquity in the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolation. So the Chaldeans and Nebuchadnezzar, he was actually a Syrian, and the Chaldeans were Syrians, which were Arameans and Amorites and Hittites. All right, so and a lot of other Assyrian nations. So and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolations. And he did that. All right, over to about 538 8 BC, and around 535, that's when we were already back in Jerusalem by that time. And I will bring upon the land all my words. So the Father is real, man. It's written in their chronicles and scrolls and steels of these ancient heathen rulers like Nebuchadnezzar, Nabonidus, Nebuchadnezzar. If you look at their steels, they wrote of Daniel. They wrote about another third co-ruler of Babylon. All right. During Nabonidus and his son Belshazzar, and he had another ruler, a third ruler named Daniel, who was an Israelite. And it says, for 13, and I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book which Jeremiah have prophesied against all the nations. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. So the same thing gonna happen to Esau and this daughter of Babylon, America. The Lord gonna recompense and pay you back for what you did to the children of Israel. For thus he gonna make other nations come up against you. For thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury of at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. All right, now back where we were in Daniel 9:20-1, in the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, was that Ahasuerus is not talking about Artaxerxes or anybody like that, or Cyrus. It's talking about Astyages. All right, that's what they called him, Ahasuerus. It says, so he was the son of Astyages, the king of the Medes. It says, of the seed of the Medes, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. So he was made king over the south and northern Babylon. All right, as a puppet ruler under Cyrus. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books. So he understood by reading the scriptures, just like we understand today. But he understood by the books the number of the years whereof the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. So in the time of Darius, that was 538, going into 535 BC. So Daniel was experiencing it, and he lived it, with the words of Jeremiah. So I'm gonna stop there and go to the next part of this lesson. So I hope that was edifying. I'm gonna say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakakwadash Ma'amath, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders, and Shalom to you Akim and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. And that was the edification on the 70 years of Jeremiah, which is separate from the years, the 70-year prophecy given to Daniel in 9-24. All right, so I'm going to say Shalom.